Hey everybody, this is the start of a longer video. I'm gonna put it at the start so that when people lose interest, they can answer this question. We were looking at the theme for Maryland Mayhem, and we're trying to figure out what to be. So Matt, you were thinking that maybe we should do some sort of themed
costume for
Yeah.
the two of us.
which I liked.
As a costume builder, connoisseur.
Just I don't want anything to be too crazy. I don't know if my Fire Nation soldier or Voltron, I don't know if I could walk him around. But we noticed that the theme for Maryland Mayhem is it's Wild West, which made us jump to Wild West.
Immediately, yeah.
I'm not sure which of us will be Will, but
Shock, I'm not me.
I mean, that could be one idea, something steampunky Western. Do you guys have any ideas for costumes for the two of us? I did a quick Amazon search. I've already found a whole bunch of stuff I'd be frightened to wear for the whole thing. In the comments below, I'd love to see any suggestions for what you would like Matt and I to dress up as. I'm scared.
You're asking the internet for suggestions.
Oh. Hey everybody, Matt and I here. We want to talk about Maryland Mayhem from last year. The latest recap on Maryland that there is.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about Maryland without Matt here. Matt selfishly had a baby and really it took a lot away from his Nerf time.
Sorry, not sorry.
You did a good job. That was a cute baby. Well worth it. Worth at least as much as my Nerf collection. Maybe more.
So $400?
Oh, Nerf isn't worth much, you're right. I thought this would be a good time to talk about it because we're excited because we're going to go to Maryland this year in April for the new Mayhem. So what better time to talk about last year a little bit. I'm going to have some footage that I'm going to sprinkle in. It would have been fun if we could have recapped it and had it fresh.
Yep.
It won't be. So I'll just add it in later. What was your most memorable thing from Maryland Mayhem? Could be any part of it, any day. Most memorable moment.
Most memorable moment.
I'll just edit out this wait time here while we're...
Figured as much. That's why I'm taking my time. My most memorable moment would have to be when I eliminated you. Insert clip. Be careful, be careful. Let me block up these stairs.
Grr. That's completely fair. I asked you that question, and now I'm having trouble thinking of what mine would be.
I mean, I guess the tournament on Friday, was it?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. It was very hectic because the rounds were flying. We were on and off the field a lot, so it was kind of a lot. It wasn't a lot of time to kind of just enjoy the tournament as a viewer and a spectator, but I get it. They got a lot of rounds to get into that one day.
Yeah.
But the tournament was fun. Every round was quick. We got in and out. We won a round.
Yeah.
Didn't finish last. My own personal goal, again, was to get at least 2 eliminations, and I think I got 4 or 5.
Yeah. Matt is in recovery because he was an MVP. Matt, what did you think of day one?
It was pretty good. It was more games than I anticipated, but we won one
Yeah.
and didn't finish last.
I do catch myself on occasion thinking about some rounds. I should have just put my blaster down and ran and grabbed the flag.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, we'll have to read up on what the rules are for
Actually playing some stuff?
for next year. So I think that's kind of a good segue maybe from, because when I think of highlights, as much as probably, I mean, the HVZ stuff I really love, but like a highlight for me was probably tournament overall, just because it's not something I thought I would get to do.
Right.
And at one point, you know, in playing against like Beret and Luke from Underdards, like I thought that was pretty cool. So that was probably a bit of a highlight for me too. So super thankful to Al for going on the old double XL journey as well, and Trey and Nate and Captain Xavier for doing some coaching.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good segue into, I thought it might be good to talk about like each of the 3 days, kind of what was cool about last year and what would you do different this year. Just, you know, it helped other people with planning too. And I think for me, what was good last year, like you say, it was well ran, it was super fast. I like that they had the vendor show thing. I like that they, you know, you could get a snack and drinks and stuff like that. The one thing that I would do, I guess I'm jumping right to what would I do differently. We need to all coordinate about what we're using for ammo and mags.
Pick one ammo type.
I don't want to do any loading in between games. That effectively made it almost impossible to do anything else.
No,
Well,
because you jump off the field and you're immediately loading mags, and the way it was run with the different brackets, we were pretty much back on the field in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
yeah, and I actually, one of the rounds, I ended up on the field at least twice for sure, with far less ammo than I should have. One time
Same.
I only had like
a mag and a half?
Yeah, like barely a mag and a half. I'm going to make sure I have enough mags, enough darts, everything's preloaded that I can just go on the field and be ready every time.
And again, I think it would behoove us to use the same ammo type.
Yeah.
Because then I could just chuck you a mag if you were pinned down or need some extras.
For sure. So that's like doing some testing too, because I feel like I couldn't use, I planned on using bamboos, but I couldn't because my Mark III was too spicy. More testing too. I probably will use my Mark III again maybe. I just need to make sure I hot glue some wires out of the way, because
it fell apart on me twice.
yeah, which I know that kind of killed you at one point.
It did.
And then I used the Tryon for a round or two, which I did not enjoy. Someday maybe I'll review the Tryon. I feel everyone's always like, you seem to really not like it. And I'm like, I really don't. They did some cool things. I don't like hating on anyone. There's some cool things about it, but it wasn't for me. Right. I didn't like it as much as I thought after that weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah, initial reactions was, I mean, it's a small, compact form, but it felt mushy at points.
Yeah, for sure. And I had a lot of jamming problems with mine too. A couple of things I'm going to do, and I wanted to talk to you about this at some point too, is when we're looking at doing some league stuff at the cafe or just even some fun casual nights, like I'd like to do a little bit of training, light training, but like I would like to at least do a bit of practicing with the thinking of, I'm sure we could get some friends to like come fill in and be a team and set some stuff up at the cafe, but just some awareness of like keeping tucked down and hidden and stuff like that. I'm also going to try to get myself from double XL to XL.
Oh, no.
Does
that mean you're off the team?
If you're okay, I think I'm okay. I just like to, I want to get a little bit more mobile.
Yeah.
As Felt's not in the cards, I don't think, but slightly more mobile, reduce some knee pressure.
But yeah, I think that would be beneficial. Like last year, we kind of Al put everything together at the last second, and we kind of just showed up and figured stuff out as we went. And again, we did okay.
A team's call wouldn't be a bad idea either, just to like look at the field.
Yes.
Just even for some sort of...
And come up with some, like we don't need to show up with whiteboards and draw out maps.
We do not.
Strategies.
We're not going to win.
But it would be beneficial to figure out if we have the layouts early and like we have two plays, like Anthony, A, you go here, B, you go here. We just call out.
Right. I thought you were calling it the Anthony play. Like
No.
we have two plays where we deal with how bad he is. The Anthony 1 and the Anthony 2.
Anthony 1 is you just run to the middle of the field screaming as loud as you possibly can and sacrifice yourself immediately.
Soak up some darts.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, just like basic stuff. Like when if we do A, you go here, I go here. This we do this.
Yeah.
B is maybe more aggressive. We try and capture the flag, which means you got to advance further up. Like just some basic stuff. We don't have to be...
Or just being on guard. Like I feel like one of our best matches where we just basically, we knew we couldn't win and we just just hung back, defended, and like we're a big hassle. And I feel like, I mean, I'm happy with just going out with the goal of being a jerk and taking some people out and adjusting their ranking.
Just playing spoiler the whole day?
Yeah, like that sounds fun to me. Sure. So yeah, tournament stuff. And I want to be more prepared because I want to enjoy the actual con part of it too. Like I didn't end up really buying it. I just didn't feel like I had enough time to look.
Like early on, before the tournament started, sure, there was lots of time, but they were still kind of setting up. I didn't want to walk into their space as they're setting up.
No one wants to buy things at the start of a convention thing either. You want things.
You know, the deal's at the end.
Yeah. That's what we want. We want you all of you artistic creators. We want to wring every penny out of you.
We're poor Canadians. We're only getting 75 cents to
God knows we are. Yeah, that's a whole other chapter we could talk about, is just the whole, like, what we do differently with the drive down.
Oh, yeah, more time.
America! Woohoo!
Schedule a day, at least a day on either end.
I think so. That driving down was definitely not safe at times with playing the game of having the car go, oop, time for a coffee break. Oop, time for a coffee break. Oop, like constantly.
Right.
So we won't do that again, America. We're going to come down there a bit safer, which probably, like would help with performance and stuff too.
Right. Yeah, not showing up at, it was past sunset.
Oh, so late.
9 o'clock.
And then we went to Virginia first,
Right, to Al's. Yeah.
to Al's, which I don't regret. That was great,
yeah,
but
for sure.
let's not do that unless we have more time.
Right.
Again. But anyway, it was good. Day 2 is such a good time. We were just talking a bit about like the fun of HVZ for me. Like I still have some thinking around what to take in the tournament. Like I might do Mark III. Matt, you might be thinking maybe
Hyped up Seagull, probably.
yeah. For the HVZ, who knows, but plenty of time. I mean, as I was showing Matt, like I'd be tempted to run a couple of these in a speed swarm or just go for those humble brags and run all gear up stuff or something. Who knows? I kind of enjoyed doing like a weird Guy Fieri theme, light theme. The last HVZ I went to.
Should we do a duo?
We should do
theme?
retro and use like all vintage blasters for the HVZ.
And just run around, pick up the 3 darts you have. of each-
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to use my Sharp 92 darts. That could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of time.
Some sort of matching thing I'd be down for that for sure.
Okay.
And I feel like with all we were just looking at Matt's Transformers collection, so I'll insert a pick here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could find some matchy or retro or nerdy, or I guess it doesn't have to be retro, but
No, but something themed, I think, would be.
themed would be good. I agree. So for the HVZ, I guess for what I enjoyed last year, I mean, I enjoyed the whole thing, getting there earlier. And if there's any way to do the safety orientation stuff, well, actually, I might have, after PA Survival Fest, made a declaration to myself that I would never attend a safety briefing again. And I would just challenge people to try and figure it out or stop me.
Right.
But if you're watching, organizers, I won't do that. But if there's a way to watch it in advance or online or do anything to get that out of the way first, I would love to do that. I don't have anything against safety briefings. I do find in the hobby they're really heavy. It's important to be like, keep your eye pro.
Yep.
Don't be a jerk.
Yep.
But I just find they go on and on. They could be like 2 minutes long.
Right, and the problem, I run into similar problems because I teach, I used to teach board games on a weekly basis for the cafe, is you can't assume anything, right? You have to assume, you have to talk to the...
Lowest common denominator?
I wasn't going to word it quite that way, but the least knowledgeable person.
Oh, you're trying to find a classy way to say
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So you can't, again, you got to use basic terms, assume that no one knows anything, start from scratch and kind of work your way up. It would be a decent idea. I don't know if they would have the manpower to run 2 different ones, like people who have been there before, what are the changes, and people who have never been to an HVZ and run from scratch.
Yeah,
But again,
yeah.
that's a lot of man work.
It is a lot. It is a lot to figure. I mean, I don't have any problem with going over the actual like functionality of how an HVZ works. I find that this things just get a little bit bogged down until I get it. Everyone's just worried. Especially Maryland Mayhem's going to have a ton of people, bigger than most too.
Yeah.
That has its pros and cons as well. It makes it a little bit trickier to manage. It's harder to have like as many special zombies or special conditions. When you have that many people, you have to simplify. I guess the short of it is, before my safety, the PA Survival Fest safety orientation was so long and painful that I think I left it at one point. It went on too long. And if you're watching, person who ran it, I respect you. It went on too long. But anyway, so get that briefing stuff out of the way. Get chronoing done as early as possible.
And as many stations as you can manage.
Yeah, for sure. And I tend to go with too much stuff. I feel like I had a big bin or a big tote.
Bin, yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's something that comes with time. And it's hard. It's fun. You want to use your different stuff. But I'll probably try to be a little bit more streamlined, carry water a little bit more easily. I don't think I did last time.
That is something that I've definitely learned, not only for the HVZ, but also going back to Friday in the tournament, is what you wear and how you dress and how you manage all this stuff that's on you is important.
Yeah. So important. I think I'll probably get some sort of like backpack where I can like drink a bit of water through a straw. Sounds kind of lame and extreme, but like, man, you're putting on a lot of steps.
It was a long day, yeah.
It was a long day, super fun, but like you're running, at different times you're running full tilt, which is,
for a couple 100 meters.
I mean, I think I had Andrew dart sweep asking me, is it raining out? Because I was so sweaty at one point. No, it's not raining.
It's just me.
It's just me. It did rain at one point, but it wasn't at that. I wish you could have gotten to the PA Survival Fest. Maryland Mayhem's hard to miss, but like at someday getting to like a smaller one like that, just because of all the different like special zombies and more with like 100 people, there's more theming and there's like more of a choose your own adventure aspect. I enjoyed some aspects of the PA Survival Fest HVZ more than Maryland Mayhem, but it's hard to compete with like the volume of people. That's a cool video game experience too.
Right. And I assume it's a similar interaction or a similar issue they run into with that many people of just the variety of things you're doing as a survivor. Like there was a lot of walk someone to here, then hold here for 5 minutes. Walk something here and hold that for 10 minutes. Like with that many people, there's not a whole lot you can do. I look forward to what they come up with next year. The one where we were like talking back and forth, or signaling back and forth between teams to kind of get a message across was cool.
Oh yeah.
Two teams had to come to that one area at the same time. But yeah, a little bit more variety is kind of what I'm looking forward to, if possible. But again, large group, you're dealing with a lot of people, you kind of have to dumb it down.
And I think it's going to be bigger. Like I think it's going to be, because the tournament sold out, like teams for the tournament, like that sold out really fast. We barely got our team registered because it was up to me as former captain. Like Andrew reached out to me. He's like, you got to register. There's like 2 team slots left. And
you messaged me and you're like, do you want to come? You have 15 minutes to answer. I'm like, sure.
Yeah. And Boomstick Mods, he reached out too. He's like, I just want you to know it's not a lot of slots left. And he just didn't want us to miss it. So I have a feeling it vaulted into like the premier yearly event, which is good. It's exciting. And War was similar. It had so many people. It didn't have a lot of those like peculiar special zombies and niche things like PA Survival Fest. I told you about the zombie, the like mother zombie with like a pie plate on its back, but like poles and lines, and zombies could hold onto the lines and they were immune. But if you got hit in the pie plate, they all were dead, but they could jump off the line and come at you. Just a lot of interesting stuff like that. That's just, you could see where that would just get too cumbersome in a much bigger event. It's just tricky. I mean, people are the problem. People like me.
I feel like to do something like that with a larger group like Maryland, you'd have to have people who run the HVZ be those special zombies. Like you couldn't rely on the general public to
and I think PA Survival, I think generally it's like a lot of the NPCs are like moderators and people who work on the team. It'd be interesting. I'd love to get to Ragnar Oktoberfest out on the West Coast because I was out in Seattle to visit Captain Xavier, and that was a cool experience, but I didn't get out there. For Rag was a couple weeks before, but I guess for Ragnar Oktoberfest, they have at the end, they have like a big Kraken, and there's like targets and there's like Arduinos to like count hits and stuff. Like I think it's quite a complex,
like a Mega Man boss.
Yeah, like it sounds really cool what they do. Mall Mutation Madness. It's hard to say. Someday maybe this is like kind of a Maryland promo, so I don't want to say this, but someday it might be something that we decide to go to Mall Mutation Madness, because I could see that being up your alley. It all takes place in a mall overnight. And when you play, all the zombies are special zombies. They all have powers. And as you kill zombies, or tag zombies, I guess you can say kill zombies. I don't know. Don't punish me, YouTube. As you do that, you can level up. You like go and like level up like different powers and abilities.
How do you do, like register kills?
Yeah, you like register your kill,
tags,
register your tags, and like you actually like level yourself up throughout the night. It sounds pretty wild. A lot of complexity, which intrigues me. And that has its pros and cons. But anyway, the HVZ I'm excited about. I think the big thing is I want to have water, have lots of darts on me, have a couple options. I think instead of like complicated, I mean, I'll have the Gauntlet XL obviously for funsies, but instead of like a bunch of like complicated stuff strapped to me, a lot of sling mounted stuff. I think that's why I kind of like the idea of these, like a couple of these on a sling. They're loaded all the time. You know, have a few, maybe make a sock bandolier or something. Because like I want to get to the end. I like getting to the end. I think it's because the first HVZ I ever did, I died first.
Immediately?
So the last two I've been like in it to win it.
Another thing that I would like to plan better for the HVZ is definitely a more robust home base setup. Because we kind of showed up with just a tote with a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Nice to have chairs to sit down in. For
Absolutely. There's no
between stuff.
reason. There's no reason we couldn't take like a pop-up tent and have a couple chairs and like a little table. Like, I mean, we're kind of a big deal. You know, we got that Friday night foam show.
Right.
You know, we're broadcasting all the time. Yeah, no, I think definitely having our own little home base would be great, and have like a cooler with some snacks and water and stuff all in it and all ready to go.
Again,
Less totes of blasters, more totes of snacks and water.
And we were delayed for about 45 minutes because of rain, but it was still an all-day
Yeah.
event. And like,
Instead of like hiding underneath someone else's tent and like, oh, can I put my things here? Can I put my things there?
because we don't want to talk to people.
No, not at all. No, I think having a little home base would be that's a great idea. I hadn't thought of that. Doing some walking beforehand too. I kind of want to like get in better shape for the tournament, but for the HVZ too, like it takes a lot out of you. Like the first missions, you're so cocky because it's like
There's only 3 zombies on
not
the
much
entire
happening, and then by the end, you're like there was a dead out run at one point where I'm like, I'm not gonna make it.
It was at least 400 meters.
Yeah, just gasping. You were in the safe area a lot faster than me.
I don't have to run the zombies. I just got to run you.
That's true. So that was pretty cool. And you know what? It's always nice after as well. I definitely enjoy hanging out with a lot of the people from Taco Hell and, you know, going out to Applebee's. I always joke that's like the official like post HVZ restaurant of choice. We always end up, I mean, you got to go somewhere that can seat a bunch of people at random. We've gone other places too, but it's always nice to go down and have a beer with people and hang out a little bit. Sure. I don't know. It's funny because with Maryland, for people who don't know too, for the HVZ, the way they did it last year is there were different groups and your group followed an NPC character to kind of divide things up to make it more manageable, which I think there's pros and cons of that too. It takes away a little bit of the open worldness from it, of just being able to explore on your own, but I'm sure with a lot of people, it balanced it out a little bit better. I don't know. I know last year, Taco Hell was one of the biggest groups to the point where we were awkwardly standing around while the mods were begging people to split away and people were not. I'm thinking this year maybe might be good to run separately. Not out of... I'm not trying to cause you raised your eyebrows like it's a scandal.
Well, we just talked about matching outfits. Now you want to ditch me.
No, not you and I run separately. I mean from Taco Hell.
Oh, okay.
That would be amazing. Come to Baltimore with me, and I want you to be in that other squad all day. No, I was just thinking of like, because I know a few people like CR Nerf from Cedar Rapids, and there's like a few people coming who said that, and they're like, oh, it'd be good to have someone to run with. And I'm just thinking of like, well, if all those people try to add to Taco Hell,
right, we're too big.
It's just going to get too big. So I think we'll play it by ear. But if it's too big and they're asking for people to split up, I feel like I have enough experience now that I would be okay and probably not die first. And if I do,
you might even have enough clout to bring some people with you.
Maybe. I don't know about that, but we'll see. I'm no Captain Xavier. He's so organized. It'd just be me going, surround my body with your flesh. That does not sound great. I do like a human shield in HPC. Hey everyone, editing me here. Before we move on to some conversations and chats about day 3, here is a bit of a sequence of little clips that I took throughout the day while we were playing. I have a few captions. It's not meant to be a detailed look. It's not very long. It's just a bunch of quick little bits to just give you hopefully a little bit of a feeling of what it would be like to go to an event like this. So I hope you enjoy it. And then after that, we're going to talk about day 3.
Matt, how you feeling about that first HVZ? I'm not going to shoot you. It's just it's mounted to my blaster.
Answer my question.
After all your comments yesterday about making me the mascot, you might not want to trust me.
I mean, are you not the mascot right now?
Listen. Al, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm kind of excited because you got the Guy Fieri thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what that means? You know what kind of lunch we're gonna have? Right. He's gonna make it.
Oh, we're all going to Flavortown. 100%. How you feeling, Nate?
Feeling real good. It's first HVZ. I'm with the crew. We're gonna keep these zombies off our lawn. You know?
All right, I like
it.
And now I'll point the blaster at me in a violation of all safety. I'm pretty pumped too. I'm gonna get probably very little footage because I just have a bad setup. But that's I like to bumble my way through life. Anyway, I didn't shave into. I only half committed. I didn't shave into a goatee just because I couldn't deal with the fallout of having to have a goatee for a while. Sorry to all my goatee friends out there. I do have the shirt though.
Welcome to
those are
our scouts.
Don't go too deep into the woods, man.
We have zip ties. Those are.
Found your blaster. I hear there's danger.
Let's run towards it.
Guy in the bushes! They're coming! They're charging! Watch your rear! Charging! Move it! Keep going!
How you doing, Al?
Good. Chris is gone.
Is he? Careful there, Matt. Don't be a hero.
We're holding.
One behind.
Captain.
Contact clear!
Five, four, three, two, one.
Get off my lawn!
Perfect weather. Perfect weather.
Keep an eye above my head.
There's a KT zombie down there. Sorry about that.
Give us this day our daily break.
Got a bunch of tags in this thing already. Find the car!
The third day,
11th hour.
the 11th hour. I mean, we can't go forever, but I definitely want to look at the days and the itinerary and what driving makes sense to you. Did we leave right after the 11th hour and start driving?
We thought about it, but we were exhausted.
We were.
So we ended up either ordering food or getting something quick, and then sleeping, waking up like first thing in the morning, like 5 or 6 a.m. and driving from then.
Did we go out for food with people again on the Sunday?
Yes. We went out with Andrew.
Yeah,
and,
so we did go.
Derek was there.
Right. So we did go out and grab food again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to figure that out. I mean, it is hard. Like going all that way, I kind of want to maximize hanging out with people as much as I can. So like, I kind of hate to sneak away too much. So yeah, maybe it is just. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But 11th hour, I really enjoyed that. I mean, that was basically like kind of a bigger version of their community event that they run. I feel like I've stolen a lot of stuff from that or modified a lot of stuff that I do at parties. So like that was definitely really fun to do. I definitely learned a little bit from that one too, as far as like what I would run. And this might make me sound like a dink, but like I'm just going to have enough mags again, that I can just run all my own stuff and
Yes.
never pick up a dart off the ground.
Yeah.
Great that there's darts out there for everyone.
Right.
One of my nightingales I thought was going to catch on fire. Just like you can't cram, and you can't cram.
Same thing with the try-on. Like it was even squishier with darts off the ground. Like it
Yeah.
didn't work half the time.
No.
I think we should, and that's again more planning. Like we should figure out how many darts we want for Friday, what we're gonna run for HVZ, get those darts sorted, and then for the Sunday 11th hour, treat it like a casino. Any dart you bring is a dart loss. Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah. What a.
You like that analogy?
I do. I feel like we just sound like we're the worst. It was like there's like kids scrimping and saving. Like they were like, we're
all the darts.
We're never gonna touch a dart again. if it falls out of my pocket, it's done.
It's dead
but
to me.
I mean,
It's not like they go to waste though. Like you're essentially donating the darts to their
for sure,
community, so.
and they get picked up. And well, that's a much better way to put it. You should be on PR, but like. I might run, like, I was thinking, like, oh, it'd be fun. I've been having a lot of fun with stringers and stuff lately. Yeah. And, man, those things are fussy on darts. Like, they only want new darts and certain darts. But a lot of blasters are fussy on darts, except for the pew-pew. The pew-pew will just eat anything.
Right. Something about the 11th hour, though, is it's such a large play space, the thing they set up, and there's so many people on the arena at once. You kind of have to have something that shoots minimum 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
You're not getting into that close quarter stuff, so...
No, I would agree. I mean, definitely, that is definitely a case of, like, HVZ, I honestly don't think you don't even have to get close to 120. Yeah. I would easily, that Raider gear up, I would run that. It probably only hits about 50 FPS, but it would...
only like 5 feet.
It would be fine. I'd be more worried about it jamming.
Yeah.
But, like, the 11th hour, I feel like you want stuff hugging that 150 limit. Just
and
to
especially
get
it was a
distance.
decent day out, like sunny and not too windy. But if there's any kind of wind, like you're not getting close enough where it's you're getting any kind of real consistency.
Depending on what we were driving, if we had a rented truck or something, it'd almost be worth taking my barriers to add to the club barriers just for more.
Sure, we can look into renting a van or a truck or something.
Even like an SUV or something, because just thinking if I think of how many inflatables are on the field. Adding another 11 big ones and then another 5 or 6 of those cubes probably wouldn't be a bad thing to do. I'll chat with people about that.
Andrew, comment below.
That's right. He's not making it through all the minutes of this. This is going to be long after I edit it down.
Okay.
We'll sprinkle in some highlights. We'll see if I ever get this edited. Overall, I mean, I'm just excited about it. If I have even almost as good a time as I did last year, I'll be doing
good.
I'll be doing pretty good. I had a really good time. I do feel like same thing that happens last year. And you know what? I'm gonna check the pin comment and the description. I'm gonna really kind of make a point to gather up some of that info as far as because I know I've already had some notes from some people going, I'm not quite sure about the age limit or start time or where something is. So definitely I'll have links to the website to do that. But some of that critical info of where to go with a map with an X on it. I might try to add some of that stuff to the video description for this. Okay. And as it gets closer, just kind of help promo people where to go. Because we went to the wrong place for the tournament.
Yeah, we went to the campus.
We went to the campus, which I probably should have known, but I didn't. And then I feel like we got there late for the HVZ too.
We did, because we didn't realize that the chrono started at 9 or something.
Yeah.
2 hours early.
Right.
So
we didn't miss any HVZ, but we were definitely
one of the last people to chrono.
Yeah, which that's kind of stressful if you're...
Especially if you're right near the limit and you go over by a little bit.
That's why I bring my own zip ties of assorted colors. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Between me going, I don't watch safety reviews, and I bring my own. I'm going to be on a Maryland watch list. Should be pretty fun. I'm sure there'll be lots of little shorts and stuff. And I'd like to do a little bit better job too. Maybe when we're en route down, even just doing Instagram stories and stuff like that. It's hard when you're traveling. You have these plans of doing little bits of content, but you're busy. Yeah. You're busy and you're tired. We'll try to do some stuff, and maybe we can even throw together a live while we're down there or even just go live at the start of the HVZ before we get going and just
found footage style.
Wave at the people a little bit, yeah, like Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Nah, it should be fun. I mean, that'll be here before we know it. April's not that far away.
It is not.
I hope you guys enjoyed hearing us kind of ramble a little bit about last year and what we're excited about for this year. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I did put in some little bits of footage here and there. I'm pretty sure that I did. So hopefully you enjoy that. If you can possibly get to Maryland Mayhem, you should register. You should check it out. The tournament is full, but come watch the tournament. Come over, chat, say hi to Matt or I. For the HVZ, definitely come play. For whatever, I don't know if it's called the 11th hour, whatever's happening on Sunday, come to all the things. I don't think that you will regret it. And if you do regret it, it's not my fault.
Definitely his fault.
Damn it. All right, I'm gonna go shut that button off now. How come when you're around, I'm really bad at ending videos? If I don't have some sort of table and you're looking for me, or for Matt, you'll probably find us over at Al the Geeks table being big mooches, because we're pretty good at that. All right, we'll see you at the Mayhem.
See ya.
Hey, editing me here one more time at the end of day 3 and chatting about that. I want to do the same thing. Here's a bunch of little clips and highlights and photos as well, just so that this video is kind of almost like a big diary entry for how this trip was. I hope you enjoyed. I know this is a bit of a long one. It's kind of a weird one, but it feels really good to have just captured this because it was such an awesome and positive experience.